Actress and activist Evan Rachel Wood helped get California's Phoenix Act passed in 2020, which extended the statute of limitations in domestic violence cases. 2 years later, Wood is opening up about the alleged sexual, emotional, and physical abuse she says she faced during her relationship with rock star Marilyn Manson, whose real name is Brian Warner. She shares her story in the two-part HBO documentary, Phoenix Rising. It's available now on HBO and HBO Max. Here's a preview.
It's always really hard for me to look at photos of myself from before.
I've kept this journal since I was 15.
I made a new friend. I'm here today to talk about Brian Warner, also known to the world as Marilyn Manson.
He studied how to manipulate people. He groomed her. He's a predator.
Everyone was looking at Marilyn Manson and they weren't looking at Brian Warner.
Numerous women heard my story and they knew exactly who it was. I realized that I wasn't the only one that this had happened to. You're not alone.
I know, it's crazy.
We were outside of the statute of limitations. We had run out of time and nothing in our evidence could help us.
Statistically, a lot of victims take 7 to 10 years to even recognize that they were a victim of this abuse.
I became an activist fighting for victims and survivors of domestic violence and sexual assault. Not only did people hear our stories, but they said, yeah, we hear you and something does need to change.
Any bills that will expand the statute of limitations is really important to survivors like us.
We need to make sure that this doesn't happen to anybody else. I realized that this is the first time I haven't been doubted or questioned or shamed. This is the first time that someone was really listening. I was like, what is this feeling? And it's this feeling of being believed.
And the director of Phoenix Rising, Amy Berg, joins me now for more. So, Amy, tell us how you became connected, first of all, with Evan Rachel Wood, and what ultimately made her want to openly discuss her experiences on camera.
All right, thank you very much. Thanks for having me. Around the spring of 2019, Evan reached out to me after she had testified in Sacramento for the Survivors' Bill of Rights, and she was in the process of trying to change the laws in California as it pertained to the statute of limitations. And I'm a documentary filmmaker, and I thought that it was a very worthy story. I think that statute of limitations are problematic in so many cases of abuse, so we started to document her journey.
Well, Marilyn Manson has denied Wood's allegations against him. He's also filed a defamation lawsuit against her. Still, what kind of role did you and the film have in connecting Evan with other alleged survivors of Marilyn Manson?
Around the summer of 2020, one of Marilyn Manson's former assistants, Dan Cleary, tweeted out his support for Evan Rachel Wood and other survivors of domestic violence. And at that point, Evan started to hear from other survivors of Brian Warner, also known as Marilyn Manson. They managed to start talking to each other. And as a documentarian, I was there filming these meetups and filming the story as it was unfolding.
You know, some people who may not be familiar with the experience of survivors may wonder, well, why is it that it took so long for some of these women to go ahead and speak up about what they say happened to them? But I know from covering domestic violence and from covering domestic abuse that there is a lot of trauma and ultimately a lot of denial that can sometimes happen. Can you just discuss that a little bit more, Amy? Why is it that it can take survivors so long to actually come to terms with what happened to them?
Well, we hear this over and over again. I think the average number of years for a trauma survivor to speak out is about 10 years, and most of the statutes are less than 3 years. So there's inherently a problem in the system. I've done a number of stories on systemic abuse in the Catholic Church and in cults, and I always see the same thing over and over again. And it takes a long time to be able to speak out. And then there's the element of fear and fear of the perpetrator, fear of retaliation. And all of those elements are present in this story.
So, Amy, tell us what you would like people to sort of take away from this film and ultimately from Evan's experience.
Well, the film is as much of a horror story as it is an education and a cautionary tale for those who are suffering in silence. And we really just hope that people will feel empowered to reach out and ask for help, because they don't need to suffer in silence, and there are resources out there, and it's very scary to take this move, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel if you can, try to find some help.
And there is power in people seeing that they are not necessarily alone in what it is that they've experienced and the kinds of trauma that they have gone through. Amy Berg, Amy, thank you very much for joining us. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.